Hello and welcome to the 36th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. So I am found on Ravelry as Mona Lee 81. I'm also found on Instagram and Twitter as Rome_Raven. I remember, I'm getting better. So for this week, I don't have any finished objects. I have half objects, and I didn't cast anything new, but I did get a few new things, okay? So, first things first, I finished a sock. I finished the first sock of my Hermione's Everyday. The yarn is slipping my mind, so it's going to be in the notes below. So, last time you had seen it, if I just set this back up nicely. Last time you had seen it, I was on the leg still. So where the macaroon is, I made it all the way down and finished off the toe. So put in the heel and everything. I did a fish lips kiss heel. I used size 0. Why do I keep forgetting? Karbonz. Size 0 DPNs Karbonz. That's what I use for these. That's what I use for most of my socks. And that's one done. And I still have to cast on the second one. So I pretty much have this week and the rest of this week and next week to finish off the other foot for this one and the other pair of socks because of this, and then I'll actually have 12, so I have a lot of work to do. Also, so my other work in progress is my fox socks, or What a Fox socks. The yarn is from Andre Sue. The colorway design, it's the What a Fox, it's from one of her specials. Or mystery gift. Yes, it was one of the mystery things. And it's What a Fox. So, where I was when you saw last week was where this pink stitch marker is. That's the heel of it. And then I finished the heel and I started working my way up the foot. I'm so not used to working toe up. So, the reason why this stitch marker is here is just to mark where the beginning of the heel, where I started the heel. Because I'm not changing the color, I can't really see it. And it's not the same. Well, for me, it doesn't work. If it's all the same, it looks, I wouldn't be able to tell otherwise. So that's why that stitch marker is there. So that is it for my works in progress. My other little cheat that I've done is when I'm out in public places and you can't, doesn't seem right to, in the middle of, on your break, take off your shoe to try on the sock. So I picked up one of my earlier socks from this year. And this one is really good because I have clear colors as to, where the heel starts and finishes, where the toe starts. And that's what I use to measure it out. So I walked around with an extra finished socks just so I can get to measure it and see exactly where everything lines up. And the sock does fit fine from where I checked it. So I'm happy with that. For these ones, I'm using, are these the high-highs? No, these are my Addi sock rockets. Addi sock rockets, 0 US 2.0 millimeters. So those are my current works in progress. I have not started anything new, and I do not plan to start anything new until I finish these socks. Got a lot of work to do. So these are going to be my main projects for the next little while. I got a long way to go with this one. So, what else do I have? I really don't have much else knitting-wise to really show. Hold on. But I did get a couple of new acquisitions. A few of them are yarn-related. One of them is, it was a yarn that one of my friends gifted to me. I don't know who the dyer is or anything. Because the paper that was supposed to be in there that she said, it fell out somewhere, so I don't know. So I got enough for a pair of socks, and still have plenty left over. So, being who has a lovely, Ziploc bag, those are very useful. I also got a new cell phone. So this is, let's go back to my other stuff. I also got a burner on sale at my workplace. I was really happy about that. And a stock pot, which was regular price, but once I saw the prices for the stock pots, the price for this seemed like it was actually pretty good. For me to be able to try out dyeing with acid dyes, like on stovetop, without having to without having to worry about the pots being food safe after that. So these ones are just for me. They will never make it down to my mother's kitchen. I don't have to worry about them getting in food or anything, or the stuff that she bakes. That's the bonus for it. So I got those. I need to make the space to really set them up. Pot, I don't know where exactly, most likely in my room, so I can get to really try that out. But once I get that done, of course I'm going to do it. If it's before the end of the year, it's probably going to be on my Vlogmas video anyways. So I'm looking forward to that. The other thing that I did was I got a new phone, and I left the old one somewhere else. Okay, so I explained this in my vlog anyways as to the reason why I had to get a new phone. On the Friday night to the Saturday, I had one charger with me, and my iPad was much closer to being dead. And since I use that, usually I listen to it to fall asleep. I plugged it in, and I left my iPad, and I left my phone. It was like at like 30%. I wasn't that worried. I'm like, okay, by the time I wake up in the morning, it'll be at like 5%. But I'll plug it in first thing in the morning. It'll be great. I woke up. My alarm clock is on my phone, and it's up for 7:30 on Saturday mornings. 8:30 comes, and only reason I know that's the time is because my friend is calling out to his daughter saying, yo, we have to get ready to get to church, and you're still sleeping. And I realized that it was 8:30, and I checked my phone, and it wouldn't turn on. I'm like, what the heck? So I plugged it in, and I quickly made my way to the washroom before her, so I could be out faster. And when I came back to check on it, it was still dead. So I'm like, okay. So I left it plugged in while I finished getting ready, and I went downstairs for breakfast and all that kind of stuff. And I went to grab my final stuff. The phone was still dead. So I unplugged it, brought it with me to church, plugged it in, and I left it plugged in for like 2 hours. And when I checked on it again, it was still dead. It would not turn on, even if it was plugged in, which is usually if you leave it plugged in for a while and you try and turn it on, it will still turn on, right? It wasn't even doing that. So my phone was just dead. So I had already made plans that I was going to be upgrading my phone. I knew exactly which one I wanted. And I told my mom, I'm like, yeah, we'll go at the end of the year to go get a new one. I pretty much ended up telling her on Saturday, I'm like, can we go today? Because my phone's not working and this is not going to be a good day. So we went, and I got myself upgraded to a 6S, and I got a lovely case with it. It works very well. I'm liking it. I have to get used to the whole thing of it knows my fingerprint. It's kind of, I don't know, would you consider it creepy? And maybe because most people are used to it. I'm like 3 phones behind, but whatever. So I like my new phone. The case is okay. I still prefer the case of my older one, but unfortunately, they didn't have that kind in store, and the 6 will not fit in a case for a 5, but I like the fact that I had there was like a clear film section like right here, and I can just slide my bus pass and I can just, you know, throw it up and go. For this one, I actually have to physically take my card off every time I go to the bus, show it, and then, you know, it's a lot of extra work. But, and when I find the one that I really, really need, I'm probably going to switch it over. The other thing I like about this is the fact that it's green. It almost matches my wall. Yeah. Like, that's what I really, really like about it. Sorry. So I think that's pretty much it for today. I still haven't come up with my plans for what I'm going to be, since it's close to the end of the year, I haven't come up with my plans as to what I'm going to be working on knitting wise. So that's probably what I'm going to do this week as well, while I have some downtime without having to worry about school. So and other downtime when I can't really knit. So, like, you know, at the breaks at work when nothing's happening. So we'll have to see how all that goes. I'm pretty certain this is going to be it. So I'm going to stop it here and leave it at that. I will probably be more prepared for next week, because there's something I'm planning on doing on next week's episode. Plus, yeah, something I'm planning on doing on next week's episode. And yeah, in regards to 2 different things. So we'll see how well that goes. And that's going to be it for tonight, or today. So, bye.